Welcome, humans, and thank you for tuning in to the One Seed Nation broadcast. My name is Phillip Reese, and as always, I am burdened with the truth. This is the Godzilla movie review. Gareth Edwards was the right pick for this movie. Right from the start, you're watching this movie and you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is a character-rich movie. I mean, we've got Bryan Cranston and Juliette Binoche as husband and wife, and they're working at a power plant there in Tokyo, Japan, and the chemistry is there. They're heartfelt characters, and they draw you right into the movie, and I'm like, finally, a Godzilla movie. That's not just some rock'em sock'em glorified Power Ranger movie. No, this is gonna be a character-rich movie that makes you care about those buildings that Godzilla's knocking down because there's people in it that you care about. That's what we need. We needed a more gritty, kind of down-to-earth, realistic approach to the Godzilla franchise, and this is the 30th movie in that franchise, and it's like they finally got it right. The strength of that character development kind of falls flat after the first 15 minutes, and you're left with like the younger generation, Bryan Cranston's son, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, and his wife, Elizabeth Olsen. I think they're two good actors, but they're just not given the script or the screen time that's needed to create that character-rich draw to the movie that was there in the beginning. So it's like, what happened? And then they spent another like 45 minutes really teasing the audience well with like Godzilla clips and little news footages, and there's a lot of good foreplay. It's like the suspense is building, and you're like, wow, this is a great build-up to the big unveiling of Godzilla. But you'd think during all that long time, at some point you'd start to care for the characters, and that wasn't really the case. And I'm not sure if you can fault that on the actors as much as you could perhaps the direction of Gareth Edwards, I was kind of surprised because I thought Monsters was pretty strong of a movie. So that was kind of a little bit of a letdown, but I was like, that's fine, and I didn't want the unveiling of Godzilla to be like right in the beginning. I wanted that build-up to be there, and it was there. And it was short-lived. Like, he's unveiled, and you're like, oh my gosh, look at him! Godzilla's amazing! This is the best he's ever looked. He looks more realistic, and he looks pretty scary too, and he's big. He's big. And compared to the other monsters in the movie, he's big, and that's awesome. But that was really short-lived, and then you have to wait like another 30 minutes before you really see him again in action. So that was kind of like, well, okay, that's fine maybe, as long as during the 30 minutes there's like some really good character development. There wasn't any. Ken Watanabe, who played Dr. Serizawa, which is a throwback to the 1954 movie, the original, is an awesome actor. The way he delivers his lines, it's like, yes, let them fight, yes. But he didn't give him much to do, and then he just kind of moped. It was kind of disappointing. Certainly the best CGI I've seen in any movies. I mean, it outperforms the Marvel movies, Avengers, Iron Man 3, Captain America, Winter Soldier. It outperformed Man of Steel and Pacific Rim as far as the way it looked. Like the buildings, they didn't want to fall over. They were sturdy, and they were in the way, and they were being chiseled and knocked around, and it looked real. A lot of times in CGI, things like water and smoke and clouds, things that are kind of transparent, never really look good, but in this movie they looked pretty solid. The score by Alexander Desplat was appropriate for the movie, but I wouldn't say it was outstanding. There was really only one scene in the whole movie where I was like, whoa, that's really good music. Like, it jumped out at you. It really took over the scene. But that was it. The rest of it was just kind of, it was there. It was appropriate. Nothing more. I liked the pacing of the movie. I was disappointed with how they spent the time pacing it, with character development, which I thought would have been so important, but they just didn't deliver. I give it about a 73 out of 100. I know that sounds low to some of you, but I think there's that much more room for improvement. A couple issues with the plot that I can't disclose here because this is a spoiler-free review, but there are a couple things that I took issue with that I will discuss in my later video, which is going to be an at-length and in-depth discussion on the movie. So leave your comments below. Tell me what you thought of the movie. Bring us some questions or some really interesting points, and I'll use those comments in the next video, and we can just kind of have a conversation about what we thought about the movie, likes and dislikes. Thanks for watching, and as always, everything I say is fact.